Good morning, chicken pies. How we doing? How we feeling? Happy Tuesday. Yep. It's Tuesday. And and I'm smiling. I don't have my earrings on because they're right here. I am trying to wake up this morning. The gloomy, I was gonna say the gloomy weather has got me tired. I'm like, I just want to sleep. But I slept really good last night. I've been having like a really severe, not severe, that's exaggerating. I don't know, I have a high tolerance to pain, so maybe it is severe. But my back has been hurting. Yesterday for some reason it just went south. Like it just was hurting bad. I was at the gym, I was, you know, trying to stretch it out. It was just bad. So I slept with my heating pad on last night, and y'all, that was some of the best sleep in the world. I don't know, it's something about a heating pad that does a body good. So yeah, it just felt really good. So I got some good sleep. Okay, this ponytail is hitting the seat at the wrong spot, and it's driving me insane. That's a negative to having like ponytails like this, like little like poofies in the back of your head, because they're not designed for seats. So I feel like I'm like this because when I sit like the normal way, it's like right in that spot, and I keep trying to lift it like, woo. You guys can't really see that part, can you? No. All right, so what's going on, sugar pies? I've sucked at vlogging lately, so whatever. Like, kick me to the curb. Don't be my friend anymore. It's just been so much going on. Like this evening, oh my gracious, did I even put the key in my, okay, I did. This evening I have to go to my grandson's, I was gonna say soccer, not soccer, t-ball game, if the weather permits. I was supposed to go take my key in because they need to look at my key. Because we're still trying to get my on-call to work, like my automatic starter. So I'm going to a Volvo dealer for that, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to cancel that appointment today because I don't want to miss my grandson, so that's more important. So, and you know, and maybe if I had it with on the key thing, like when I leave work in the evenings, which is actually the ideal time to use it, I don't remember to even do it. So, I mean, maybe if I had it on my key, I remember more, but I don't even think about having the app, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. It's one of those things that when everybody at work, like, because two of my coworkers had it on their cars, and well, one of them still have it on his car, the other one sold that car, so, well, it was in a wreck. I have a little piece of skin that messed up my lip there. But, so his new car doesn't have it, but they used to tease me all the time, oh, let me cool my car off, because, you know, Betsy didn't have anything like that. So I thought like it would be like super important to have, like, I mean, you know, y'all know when I say things like this, I hope y'all know, I just be like, I mean, like, yeah, I would like to have it, but it's not like it defines me or anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like that person. But I used to say, I'm gonna have a car with that one day. And I remember when I was looking at the 4Runners and they didn't have it, like, well, the one that I was looking at, and that was like even gonna take it up a few more $1,000s to get, you know, that package. And I was like, man, they cost so much to have like all the bells and whistles. And it's funny because this one has all the bells and whistles, and I don't even use half of the stuff. Well, not that anyway. And maybe I will if I have it actually working through the key. But anyhow, that's what's going on with me. I did get the cutest little trash can for my car, and I'll have to take it off this evening and show it to you like when I get home. And let me have a little disclaimer here. okay, this is, well, for me, it's nothing new. Like certain things, like I think that are like, I guess because we grew up taking road trips and stuff like that. Like my parents, like we drove to DC and Maryland, all that area, Arlington, Virginia. We didn't fly. Like we're country people, and we didn't fly, or we got in a car. We drove places like that. So, so a lot of the things that y'all see me do are gonna be like things that I've always done. It's funny because I guess no one knew that I did these things, because when I started vlogging, I'd already had Betsy forever. And those, like, well, I didn't, like my towel that I have in my car now, I didn't keep a towel in Betsy, but I always took a towel with me every time I took a road trip. When we did the road trip to Virginia in the rental car, I had a towel with me. I actually had 2 with me on that road trip. Oh goodness, y'all. And I always have a blanket in my car. I have a different blanket in my car now, but it was, if I would have bought that, even if I wouldn't have bought this car. Like, in fact, I'm sorry, I bought the blanket before I bought the car. What am I thinking about? I did. It was on sale at Victoria's Secret for $5, and it has lips on it. So I was like, oh my God, I want that blanket.
That means put the phone away.
So, these are things that, I mean, like, it's not, I didn't just like, oh, I got a new car, so I have to go out and do all the things, random things that I've never done before, because that's not my deal. I always have used towels because that's the way we traveled growing up. My mother would fry chicken on road trips, and that's why we always stop and get chicken, because that's a thing that I grew up doing. My mother would always fry chicken, and we would always have towels and paper towels in our car because, you know, chicken gets everywhere, food gets everywhere. We never had like vehicles that, oh my God, you can't eat or drink in them. Now my brother, on the other hand, you ain't eating in his car, and you might be lucky if he lets you drink in there. Like, he's just very particular. Like, I guess because he went the opposite way. You know, like they say that, like, when you're growing up, that like you'll either join in or you'll rebel on certain things of your upbringing. And I guess I joined in on that. Well, my brother rebelled because homeboy do not let him eat in his car. Like, you could, I don't know if he's ever really taken a serious road trip, but I know, like, when we went to North Carolina, like anything, like if we stop, we're gonna eat like where we are. If we haven't eaten, we're not gonna eat in his car. Me, on the other hand, you know, I love my vehicles. Like, I love Betsy, like, but I ate in Betsy. I ate in this one. Like, I ate in this car when it was like a day old, I think, or 2 days old or something. I don't know. That's just, I mean, I'm gonna enjoy anything that I have, but I'm also gonna try to take care of the things that I have. Meaning, like, I put a towel in my car, and now I just store one in there because it has a cute little the holder, and that's more about the holder than the car, because I was wanting one of those because my son had one in his car. And I remember when I first saw them, one in his car, I was like, wow, that's kind of cool to have in your car, because he has like Armor All, and he has a few like other things, because, you know, he's like that kind of guy, like, you know, he has all the guy stuff in his. And I was thinking, like, you know, I'm gonna have to get one of those for my car when I got this one, because I was just like, that's gonna help me stay organized, and I can have some of the things that I want to have in the car. Shouldn't hear the second date update, but I guess oh, you know what? I don't even have it on the right radio station. What is up?
I don't know what you're talking about, but like, that's not, there's no problem. Like, the clothes are clean. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt the store. You wear it a couple times and you return it. Like, why would you keep it?
I understand, like, I return clothes maybe if I tried something on and it didn't fit the right way, or I changed my mind, but I don't think I've ever worn anything a couple times and then taken it back to the store. I feel like maybe that might be where he's coming from. Like, that's a little not okay.
Yeah. Do you do that with, like, underwear and stuff? No, maybe bras, but not underwear.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
Bras.
Oh, wow.
What's the service you do where they send you clothes and then
Oh, I used to do the Stitch Fix thing.
So that's okay to do it that way.
Well, you try it on and you like literally try it on, and then if you don't like the style or the fit, then you can return it to the company.
But you don't wear it out.
You don't wear it out. Like you could just be like, and this is San Antonio. Like you're getting sweaty and then you're returning clothes. Like that's not cool.
Yeah, but you don't know those people don't wear it out. Everybody probably does.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, let's ask Kevin. Kevin, is this a deal breaker for you?
I really, you know what? I just, you know, I dated somebody that did a version of that in the past.
Yes.
It was with furniture, not with clothing.
What?
I dated a girl that used to buy 2 pieces of furniture, different colors.
Okay.
Both in her house for a week, and then return the other piece of furniture when she didn't like the color.
A lot of
going on.
stars going on. A lot of baggage is
There's a lot of going on right now.
Oh my God.
I see high maintenance in the future, and I'm all set with that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in retail are not going to be happy about this.
No, they're not.
But it's not, you know, this is good. Kevin, you're not into it, I guess. And Maria, I think you're just gonna have to move on and find somebody for you. Right? So find somebody.
Well, Maria, we appreciate you reaching out. Now you know why he's not getting back to you. I wish you guys luck and have a great day.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That's gross. I'm just saying right now. I mean, that's weird.
I'm glad you're not holding back today.
Well, I'm just saying that's weird. I mean, that's not how you do it. I mean, you try it out in your house, you're like, oh, you know what, this didn't seem the
You
same.
don't wear it out.
Yeah, but the fact that she's unapologetic about that, I'm like, yeah, just whatever, just leave the tags on.
I really want some people to call that work in like clothing stores and retail and just tell us how mad they are, because I just can't wait for people to go off.
That's just weird to me.
You can't do that. You just can't. You cannot. It's
Well,
just,
you would think that'd be common knowledge. You cannot do that.
right. It's not sanitary. It's just not polite.
It's not. All right, 470-5299. You can weigh in on this. We are 20 minutes away for the world premiere of a brand new Garth Brooks song.
Wow, y'all, that was a doozy. I didn't hear the beginning part of the second date update because girlfriend is running late. Oh my God, it's like 7:25. It's like super late, and there's traffic. I was trying to get the chairs ready for my grandsons, you know, that have chairs to sit outside. And I just was moving slow because I'm tired, y'all. Plain and simple, this weather's got me wanting to stay in my bed. And then I had something else planned to wear, ended up changing my mind on that. So I didn't hear the first part of the second date update, y'all, but woo, she wears her clothes for a couple of times and then she takes them back. All right then. Now I'll take something back if it tears, or if it, like I've had things and I've worn it like one time, and then like I had a pair of pants one time I wore it one time and the zipper like literally tore on the inside. I took them bad boys back, you know. I've had, like I had a shirt one time that I washed, and it, where the tag used to be, it like a hole was, like it was a tiny little dot of a hole, but when I washed it, the hole became like big, like noticeable. And so I took it back and they took it back. I've had like things like that, I'll take it back, but like wear it for a couple of times and then take it back, I'm like, wow, that's deep. But anyway, but yeah, so getting back to my little trash can deal, that's where I was going with all my long conversation about like the towel in my car and stuff like that. Like, because I grew up traveling road trips and stuff like that, my parents, I mimicked my parents. Like my mother was always overprotective or overprepared, I guess. She always had like certain things were always in our car. Like we always had an ice scraper in our car. I keep an ice scraper in my car right to this day, and I live in San Antonio. But the funny thing is that there have been like, you know, there have been those moments where, oh yeah, I do have one, you know, because the rare chance we get stuff like that, I'm prepared. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, but I guess those are things I never really said to anybody when I had Betsy, because I didn't get it. And then like, while I was vlogging, you know what I mean? Like, they were already in my car, and I guess I never thought about doing like, car, like you know, talking about what things I have in my car. But when I was looking at the Volvo, or like after, well, that transition period between me buying the Volvo, I looked at a few videos and I was like, oh wow, the people do videos about that kind of stuff. Like they talk about things that they, you know, their cars and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, it is helpful because I was finding those videos helpful, like learning about my car and like where things to find things at in the car, storage compartments for cars and things like that. So I was like, well, you know what, I'm gonna do my version of those things. So that's kind of what I do. Like, you know, like to me it's like it is helpful to know, like, because when I say about the trash bags, like for instance, like I've always kept the wash tub trash bags. I don't know if y'all have wash tubs or wash tubs worldwide. I don't know, but y'all, I know everybody probably have like a wash interior type of place for their vehicles. That's but wash tub, like I used to take Betsy to wash tub every once in a while, because after she got to be older, it was like, you know, well, even before I had the coupon thing, so I didn't have to pay for it. But then after I had to pay for it, it is kind of expensive. And because she was getting older, I didn't mind like taking her to like just a regular car wash. But then I found that little fancy one, and I'd say fancy because it's better than the regular ones. But it's still not like, I mean, it's a nice wash interior for your car, I guess is what you call it. But anyway, all of this to say, I used to carry those bags in my, there was always one in my car. And I don't know if I ever mentioned that, or I think I may have in a vlog. So when I say I bought a trash can for my car, I don't mean like, oh my God, I've never, like, because I have a new car, I'm gonna all of a sudden have a trash bag in my car. I've always had one in my car. But again, these are things that I grew up doing, like with my mom. My mom, every car we had, my mother always would have, like back then, you could buy them, I think. No, yes you could, I'm sorry. They were like these rubbery little things, and they would hook over like your knob in your car, and they were like flat and wide. And my mother had one of those in the car, and then she'd always, also on road trips, we'd take a plastic bag, because, a couple plastic bags, because, you know, the food and stuff, you wouldn't want to put it in that thing, which is what I still do to this day. Like when we did our road trip, I had like 2 or 3 plastic bags that were designed just for our trash, just for our food, because yes, we're gonna eat. No, we're not gonna be like, oh, you can't touch this in my car, blah blah blah. And that wasn't even my car, that was a rental car. But no, you know, like I'm gonna enjoy whatever I have. Like I said, I'm that girl that when I buy a purse, I'm gonna use that bad boy. It's not gonna sit in my closet and be like, oh, I have this designer bag, but I never carry it because I'm afraid to carry it. I'm gonna use it. If I pay my money for it, I'm gonna use it and enjoy it and love it. So when I get home today, I'll show you all my little trash bag. It was a little bit different. It was smaller than what I thought it was, looking at the picture of it, and I somehow had it pictured a little bit different, but at the same time it's really cute. Right now I have it in a little spot that is right here. You can't see it, but it's kind of stretching it a little bit, I think, but I'm kind of like, I don't know where else to put it. I mean, it's really designed to go in the back of a seat, but and when I did the little measurement thing, it said that it will fit my car, but it doesn't fit my car the way it shows it in the picture. And it will fit behind my seat, but it won't. I have to only put it on one side. And I kind of felt like, well, I don't know if I like it like that. So what I decided to do was, because there's a little compartment here thing that I can stretch it over that. So I have it stretched over that, and it does. I mean, I can totally reach my hand in it because it is stretchy, and I can totally drop, like, you know, straw paper and all that kind of stuff in it. And I mean, it actually opens up wide enough for a soda can. I don't think I'd put a soda can in there, but. All right, sugar pies. So I just pulled into my driveway, and actually let me text my son right now, because I left my son's game, or my grandson's game. Let him know that I made it safer, because the weather is horrible right now. It's actually raining and it's ugly, and so he likes to make sure that I got home safely. Before I get out of my car, I want to show you all this trash can that I got. This is the trash can that I got from Amazon, and I'll put the information in the description bar if you all are interested. It's actually kind of a neat little trash can. It opens up like so, like, yeah, like that. Y'all forgive me my throat is hurting and I've been sitting out in the rain, so I'm like soaking wet. So, but it's supposed to be washable. This is just kind of like rain jacket feeling material. And what I did, and this is like the little strap that goes to it. Now, according to the description, this says that it will fit over the back seat, but it won't fit the way it shows it in the picture, because it shows it that it will go over like both sides of the seat, and it won't. So I would have to put it on one side, and I didn't really like the way it looked. But I have like a hollow area in my car, like where I guess it's like for storage. Kind of a weird spot actually, but this kind of loops through there, and then so I have the trash can setting right on the side there. On the passenger side is where it opens up at. So I'll have to show you guys. Well, I guess I could take the camera down. I was like, I'll show you guys that one day, but I guess all I have to do is just show it to y'all right now. Let me snap it back into place. And actually it's kind of neat having it there, because it actually holds my phone in place. So let me take this down. And so here is the strap right here. And then, okay, my umbrella is blocking it. But then this is the actual, so that's a little trash can, and I can stick my hand down in there and throw trash in it. It's definitely different. Like I said, I'm used to having those little bags that you get from like wash interiors and things like that, that normally would fit like over a button or like over your stick shift. Like in Betsy, I had it over the stick shift, which was a lot smaller than this, and it was still kind of a tight squeeze to get it on there. So this is actually, this little bag thing is actually kind of neat to have, because it, I mean, you know, it can loop around this little thing right here. So anyway, I'm exhausted and I've been out in the rain and I just want to get in. So I'm going to close this vlog out at this point. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Let me figure out, let's see, turn these lights out. And okay, there we go. Lights are out. I'm gonna get inside and just kind of get in some dry clothing and go in for the evening. Like literally, like just kind of chill. So I'll chat with you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so very much for hanging in there with me. I don't even know where I stopped talking at today. So like this video will be pretty choppy and weird, but it is what it is, people. I'm tired.